Hi, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the next installment of some of my favorite albums or important albums to me from 1982. This one is an artist that I've been a huge fan of all my life, but this is the year that I discovered him. I had heard things about him a little bit, wasn't sure what he was about, and I watched a variety show called Solid Gold, and he came on. And he played this song called Little Red Corvette, and I was captivated ever since. And I said, who is this guy? What is this? What am I listening to? He is nothing like I've seen before, and I want to know more about him. The album was 1999. In the 80s, late 70s, early 80s, Prince was well known in the R&B markets, and that wasn't something my family was following, so I didn't know much about it. I heard the name maybe once or twice, wasn't sure until I said I saw Solid Gold, and this is the album I picked up, and it was the first time hearing something like this. Um, 1999, the upcoming apocalyptic scenario that everybody was talking about in the 80s, he put that in there, but he kind of made it like, don't worry about it, dance your life away, have fun till that happens. Interesting, interesting way of viewing things, to say the least. This is the album that we get to witness the birth of the revolution, and where he kind of lets go of some of the responsibilities of the album, because most of his albums he produced himself, played all the instruments. Here he kind of lets a few things go, and wisely. Even the introduction of 1999, he doesn't come into the song right away. It builds, making him a very important character in the band. And creating this band gave him something like it's just bigger than him. There's a bigger entity at play here. It was great marketing, from him. He was a mastermind. The songs themselves, fantastic. Most of them. 1999, Little Red Corvette and Delirious, three monster songs in a row. Let's Pretend We're Married. I liked DMSR, Dance, Music, Sex, Romance. Great. I love that one. My other favorite is International Lover, where he's kind of like an airline pilot, and it's an erotic scenario. Lady Cab Driver is another erotic session about him and a lady cab driver. There was this mix. This is where where I saw Prince's duality of raw sexuality and religion, and how they merge and yet are polarizing. And this would be a continuous theme throughout his career, but this is where it first started. This is where he created his own DNA of the Minneapolis sound, bringing in, synth pop, rock, R&B, soul, and this was the blueprints of all the records to come. I mean, you hear a little bit of everything on his future releases from this. This was the album that, for me, started it all. This is the album that I got hooked on Prince, and to this day, I still think it's a phenomenal album. Some people might think some of the songs a lot of them are 8 minutes long. Some people might think they're a little self-indulgent, but at the time when I first heard them, I just thought this was something out of this world, and he's magical. And I said, this guy's either going to fade away by the next album, or he's going to be humongous. And luckily for us, he became humongous and became a staple, and I guess one of the guys who created the soundtrack of my life. So if I have to pick an album from 1982 for sure that changed my life or got me into music or hooked me into something, it's got to be 1999. You let me know what you think of this album. Do you have it? Do you ever heard of Prince? I'll put something down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. This is Steven from the Aroundtable with my latest selection of favorite albums of 1982, and it's 1999 from the one and only Prince.